God saved me in 1983, and in 1984, when I was at Bible college in Schroon Lake, New York, I had the joy of reading about George Mueller. And while I read the book by Faith Cox Bailey about him, I cried over and over again, many, many times. So delighted to see this great man of God and his example, and it touched my heart. And so, when he was a young man at college, he was born in 1805. He lived from 1805 to 1898. And while he was at college, uh, he was a drinker. He was really into the alcohol, and his dad was concerned. But he ended up uh, going to this place and seeing a man praying, kneeling, and that gripped his heart. That this honor that being paid to God by the man kneeling. And I wish I could kneel and pray like that. My knees won't cooperate. They called James old camel knees, didn't they? And so he became a believer, and he started going to the little church, and there he met a gorgeous woman named Ermengarde, and they got engaged, but she was determined she would not marry a missionary. And so he finally told her, then you can't have Mueller. And so he broke it off. And he got called, went to England, and while there got a burden for the street kids who were destitute. And so he began, by prayer, he never asked for a penny. By prayer, he began an orphanage with 30 children, and got all the staff, all the needs, all the food and all the household goods and everything by prayer. And eventually he housed 2,000 kids and provided for them completely, staff and everything, through prayer, never asked for a penny. And at one point he thought he had a lead on a piece of land that God was going to give him and a price. And so he went and offered the man that price, and the man said no. So he went out walking all night, and the man ended up looking for him in the morning and saying, "Where have you been? I couldn't sleep at all." And so he gave him that price. And so this was a very great man of God. And so I believe we ought to feed off of examples like that. This very great man of God. It's said that he had over 50,000 recorded answers to prayer that he kept track of. And so I encourage you to consider reading some books about George Mueller, and I believe it'll nourish your faith. And as I've said before, in Philippians, we're told that we have people like this as a pattern. They're a pattern for us. So, God, thank you for George Mueller. What a great man of